everybody, and welcome to the party. It's Tuesday night, so we've got riffs for you with some fun shenanigans happening. Thank you all for stopping by, and welcome to the party is dedicated to creating an inclusive and equitable gaming community where folks can come and learn how to stream or play games on stream. Then we give them a place to do it. Devin Rue, maker of Fine Fantasy Maps, is one of our sponsors. You can find all of her amazing stuff at ruinc.com. Another great sponsor is Tabletop Loot, maker of dice, shirts, mugs, and more. Find their great stuff at tabletoploot.com. And of course, So Nerdware, our official merch sponsor. Use the code WELCOME to get 10% off your next purchase at sonerdware.com. Nerdware, it's what the nerds wear.
So Nerdware, it's what the nerds wear. I just had to do it. I just like to say it.
I kind of want to add a sting, like a 3-note sting to it. We'll work on that later. We also have a great Patreon. Oh, the bot dead? Bot's dead.
Oh, I restarted the computer, and so I forgot to turn the bot back on. Bot, come to me.
Dead robots, often a problem in riffs. But yeah, we have an amazing Patreon where you can get interviews, extras, all kinds of great stuff in there. And articles, some about riffs. Check it out at patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg. We have a podcast as well, which you can find on most major podcasting services. Just look for Welcome Party, RPG Welcome Party, I think specifically.
RPGWelcomeParty.podbean.com.
Yes. And our Discord is an amazing place full of good people and support. And sometimes you'll find people who you have an opening, all of a sudden they're in your game. So, all right. So, welcome to Riffs, a world of magic, science, robots, explosions, and more explosions. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. I'm going to start with Michelle, and tell us the name of your character.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I play Jovra, and she has a blue dragon named Zarsig.
All right, and Iola.
Hi, I'm Kate. I play Iola, and she is a half fairy wizard thief.
All right, and Ting, our special guest star.
Hi, I'm Ting, and I'm playing Cagney.
All right, and Throck.
Hi, I'm Throck. I'm playing Harkins, your local slinger.
And Evan.
Hello, I am Evan, and I am playing Jericho Jack, badass mercenary with the greatest motorcycle in the world.
Which, unfortunately, is not with you at the moment.
But I can't ride right now, but that's okay. I also have the greatest arm and shotgun in the world, so that
Sure.
also.
So, does anyone want to give a quick recap?
Can I? Unless anyone else has a cool... I don't remember who we said was going to give it when we were talking
It's you.
about it.
We said you.
All right. So last session, not the crazy other session, the one shot, but last session in this, what we did was we played Rift's dating simulator, where we all went on dates in this new town, which is Skytown?
Sky City.
Sky City. So we rode a giant worm to this city that's on sort of a mesa that's 300 feet above actual ground. And we hung out with some people. Harkins skipped through time and had to get carried away by a time wizard who was like, I got this. So we let a time wizard take care of him. I think that's what he is. And then we all kind of, They. I don't remember them that well. So, okay. So then we just kind of wandered around town. We all met pretty cool people. I met an awesome lady working in her garage who we hung out with and had some beers, me and hello. Iola, I believe... Iola was clever and actually was I think the only one working and doing getting information about the job and what's happening for our mission. Our mission is we brought a scientist here. We're supposed to get a bunch of goo and bring it back to the castle. Either way, and then Jovra met the sexiest man who jumped out of a swimming pool covered in tattoos and was super buff and stuff, and had a date with him that I think ended very well. And then we are now, it is the next morning. We're all feeling pretty good or hungover. And we are walking around getting a tour of the facility before we're all supposed to sort of bid on this magical stuff we're supposed to get, I guess, because there's a couple of people here who want this stuff. There's the Baron, there's us, and some other people. either way, while we were making our way through, a suspicious woman disappeared from the tour group, and we think that she's trying to steal the goo before we can get it.
Heard them saying that they were going to steal the
Yes.
dime, not the dime, the goo. It's a gem.
Yeah,
Oh, not the goo.
They
Yeah.
didn't say what they were going to steal.
but it might not be the goo. It might be something else.
Okay, well, Jack, I don't think Jack. They never said what they were going to steal, so Jack's just assuming it's the thing he's there to get, which is the goo. And then I believe, yeah, I heard him, and then I'm like, these guys are going to fucking steal some shit. And then the girl disappeared, and we're like, what's going on? And then the alarms went off, I believe.
Well,
Kevin, am I correct about that, or am I wrong about that?
Told our escort that someone was trying to steal something.
Yes. Okay, because I know that they know at least. All right, and then that's it. And I think we're caught up. Did I miss anything? It was kind of sloppy.
that's pretty much all I needed you to say.
Okay.
All right, so first we're going to cut to the Healing Lodge with Amadis, the Paradox Shaman, and with Harkins lying down. Harkins is suddenly shaking and slowly fading back into fluctuations with current time. And Amadis looks at you and puts a hand on you and helps stabilize you. And they say, your time stream is irregular.
What? What does that even mean? Where am I? What happened?
You are in Sky City. I am Amadis, a Paradox Shaman. You had a bad reaction to a thing that I was doing, and you had a temporal fracture.
What? All right. What does that mean?
The fact that you don't know is alarming.
It sounds like I broke time, or time broke on me somehow, but I don't know.
Time broke on you like a broken limb, but we've set the metaphorical bow.
Did I do something wrong and I don't remember?
I don't know, but we have a visiting expert I want to bring in temporarily. And, excuse me a moment. And Amadis leaves the lodge and goes out and brings in Ting. Would you like to tell us what Cagney looks like? You're muted.
Sorry.
It's okay.
He is a tall greyhound dog boy. Wearing a dirty, somewhat tattered cloak over his armor, and his hind legs are still canine, but he has a humanoid torso and arms, and there are goggles on his head.
He looks like he just came pretty freshly off the road.
Yeah.
And he says, or Amadis says, this is Cagney. They are familiar with many things. Do you have any, you have skills in healing, correct?
Yes.
Do you have any, there's something I'm not exactly placing my finger on, but I can't, it's out of my area of expertise. Would you mind taking a look for me?
Sure. I'll walk over to Harkins.
Hi.
Hello.
If I'm going to be poked and prodded, I'd like to know your name first.
You can call me Cag.
Cag, I'm Hawkins. Now tell me, what are you about to do to me?
I don't have to touch you if you don't want. I just need to stand close to you.
All right. I mean, do what you gotta do. I just want to know why whatever happened.
I'll try to find out. And I'll use psychic diagnosis.
All right. I should have called this up because that's exactly what I wanted to happen.
Uh-huh.
So with the psychic diagnosis, I believe you get information regarding a lot of things. Sorry, let me just look it up so I can be double sure. Unless
You're looking
you
into
have it
his
handy.
brain juice.
Yeah, more or less. Here's the sensitive power. No, be under healing. Obviously. There's a lot of psychic. There we go. Psychic diagnosis. Can sense physical pain and damage, external and internal injuries, disease and possession with absolute clarity. Pinpoint accuracy enables the character to suggest treatment or conduct psychic surgery. Ooh.
What does yeah, right? Throg's face. My reaction also. What does that mean?
Okay, so with this, you see that they are physically mostly fine. They have a number of old wounds, long ago broken bones that have knit, some that appear to be healed by magic. The hands see a lot of use and are scarred, but somewhat, still agile. And in their head is something that doesn't seem like it belongs there.
Okay.
There's some kind of block.
Well, Harkins, physically you're mostly okay,
Goddamn right I am.
but there's something blocking you mentally.
I'm gonna tell you something. And, I'm not quite sure what to make of it, but perhaps you, being someone who knows about these sorts of things, can help me suss it out a bit. Two of my compadres had said they met me at one point in the past, or at least someone who looked a good deal like me, but I have no recollection of this.
That is certainly a thing that can happen. There are certain psychic powers that can wipe the mind. They are expensive and taxing, but you can completely wipe someone's brain if you are strong enough, dedicated enough, and willing to spend your own personal physical endurance to do it.
Iola or Jovra, is it safe to say that you communicated to me that I did not act like the person you know today, that I just look like the person you know today?
It's Jover mentioned like you have the similar, speech patterns and height and such. It's Zarsig is the one who is like he smells the same, has like recognizes like the fighting style and such. It's Jovra isn't like, well, maybe he could be, but Zarsig is the one that is like, yes. So
Specifically, that I smell the same as someone they met before, but look physically the same, but did not act the same way, as if something fundamentally perhaps changed about me, which is why I did not believe them, but after today, perhaps there is something more to it.
Amadis says that I don't know of anything specifically like that in the realms of magic. I'm less versed in psychics.
It's definitely possible in the realm of sonics.
Okay, so here's what it is. There seems to be something blocking the mind in a very specific way. You feel what is basically a wall, and the second you come up and psychically, all right, let's just go into like a psychic episode real quick where you are in the Psy.
Sure.
How do you represent yourself there? Is it the same way? Is it different? I didn't prepare you.
Sort of a energy form of myself.
All right. It comes up and it sees just an empty box, just like an empty wall. And the second that Cagney touches it, Evan, could you go get that thing? The second that Cagney touches it, Harkin's brain starts firing in ways that are abnormal and start causing him to physically spasm as he appears coming up against something very strong and powerful. The mind block cannot be easily undone.
Ouch!
Oh, it's not a mind block. What is it? It's mind block is something else. So the shuddering stops, and Harkins, you see an image in your brain that Evan will provide us with.
This might be beyond my ability to heal.
Okay, got it.
Wait, I
So
didn't
for
see
our
that.
audio listeners, it looks like a skull or a helmet made out of like burnished bronze with energy just flowing out of its eyes and where its eyes should be, and a large open mouth that is also just spewing energy, with little bits of hair coming up off the back. And this knocks you completely out of the mindscape and back into reality.
Doc,
Both of you.
The world.
what the hell did you just do to me?
I didn't do anything. That was whatever is in your mind. The wall.
I saw a mask. Did you see the mask?
You saw it very briefly, but not as strongly.
Okay.
I need to write it down or jot it down or something. Do you have a pen and paper?
Amadis hands over a doctor's sketch, or like a lawyer's pad and pencil.
I try and draw it. I'm probably not very good at drawing.
Do you have the art skill?
No.
All right, just roll 2d20 and I'll make a judgment call.
2d20?
Or not 2d20, a d100. 33. It's passable. You get roughly the skull shape, the open mouth, the somewhat insectoidness of it, and the energy flowing out of the eyes with like Kirby crackle. But you don't get the Kirby crackle because you're not that good.
Yeah. That is super cool, Evan.
Yes, Evan is an amazing artist, and we will be putting this art in the Discord when we get a chance.
Well, I mean, the rough sketch could be what he drew,
Yeah.
like that, where it's like, oh, it's pretty close. You know what I mean?
I saw
So-
this, and I hold it up. Does it mean anything to either of you?
Amadis, the blood drains from their face.
All right, it obviously means something to you. How about you, Mr. Cag?
Do you have any skills that would identify anything?
I have lore DBs.
Now, do you have demon and monster or magic?
Yeah, I have lore magic.
All right, give me the lore magic. You got an 81, and your max skill was a 35. So unfortunately, you've not heard or seen this thing before.
Okay.
And Modest says,
I have Lord Demon and Monsters.
"Oh yeah, roll it."
Okay, I mean, it's only 25.
Yes.
But I got
And
a
you get
7.
All right. So you actually, I'm going to say you hadn't heard of this. This isn't information that was in your head until just now.
Okay.
You didn't know this until this moment, but that is a temporal raider. Temporal raiders are the ultimate time wizards who can also mess with dimensions and are extremely selfish, greedy, and dangerous.
Well, this is incredibly not good.
This is the exact kind of thing that I try to keep out of America.
Well, let me ask you another question. I did not know what this is until the moment right here that I saw it. Is it possible that that knowledge or additional knowledge about it is locked away, or that I somehow magically gained this knowledge through Cagney poking at whatever that thing is in my head.
Amatus goes, Cagney, is that an ability you have?
No, it's not.
Oh, then it is most likely something you knew.
Do I recognize his Harkin's psychic scent as a psi slinger?
You recognize that he does have a strong psychic scent and that he is a psi slinger, but you have never come across Harkins specifically before.
Right, but is it different than typical psi slingers I've encountered in the past?
No, it might be a little more layered.
Layered, okay.
That might be a way to state it, but it's not a new scent. It's not fresh on him. He's been this for at least a while.
Stanky.
Got it.
She says, thank you so much for your expertise in this, Cagney.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Any way I can help.
I believe you were here to meet with the rest of your group, the Baronies delegation.
Yes.
Okay.
From the Baronies?
Yes, we have a delegation that was from the Baronies also interested in the material your Legion is interested in as well.
Representing which Barony specifically, or the Union combined?
I believe Mr. Cagney here is from Hope, but it was members of a number of them. In fact, Mr. Cagney, we had believed his people had been waylaid and were not going to make it, but we are fortunate that Cagney made it to us alive.
I'm from Hope too. It's a pleasure to meet you, fellow Barony.
It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. I grew up right on the river there. Or at least I think I did. Now I don't even know. Maybe I'm not from there.
Maybe not.
This is all highly disconcerting. I would like some whiskey.
This is a dry city.
I'm sorry, did you say what now?
This is a dry city. We don't partake in alcohol here.
What?
Yes.
I don't even understand what that means.
Welcome to my world.
It means you don't get any whiskey.
What?
Would you like some rubbing alcohol? If you have an addiction, we can help you with treating.
Well, I'm certainly not addicted to it. I would just like something to help me process the information, which whiskey has a certain medicinal property to allow one to do so, given the right circumstances.
There are certain rites that I could help you perform that would help you explore your psyche. Okay.
That is, well, perhaps, actually.
But not at the moment. And suddenly alarms start going off.
Son of a bitch. Where are my guns? I just, put my arms out and grab for them.
Flying from a folded chair, folded on a chair across the room on top of your clothing, your guns fly out of your holsters and straight into your hands.
What? You could just fucking recall your guns?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. You're like a Jedi. You're like a cowboy Jedi.
That's a nice trick.
We will be safe in here, but we should consult with the rest. I need to consult with the security. And
I need to find my friends.
I think we can arrange that. Most likely, in event of this, we would put you all in back into the place you are staying.
I will tell you that we are a pretty good hand at defending whatever may be coming.
I believe you.
Do I sense any evil from Harkins?
You don't sense evil. No, Harkins is not evil.
Mm-mm.
There is no evil about him. You also sense a strong good coming from Amadis. This whole place is very blessed in many ways. That their spiritual house is in order. That they have taken care to keep it thusly.
Good to know.
Yeah. Things you would notice here that other people. The plant life is very strong for being on a plateau high in the sky. It's well tended. There's definitely root cellars in most of the basements. You can tell that they're growing medicinal funguses in this lodge. as well as a number of other medicinal herbs and whatnot.
Okay.
All right, and they go outside and we're like, Mr. Harkins, as soon as you're dressed, I will be escorting you to the part of the plateau where the rest of you are staying.
That'll be much appreciated.
And Mr. Cagney, I believe you will be headed the same place.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, so the alarms go off. Everyone, we cut back to the tour group who was touring the facilities. Florentine pulls out a almost comically large gun from her side, and is like, okay, protocol says we've got to get you back to.
You're gonna need my help, at least.
While we appreciate this is our facility.
I understand that, but you've never seen this thief before, and I have.
Oh, really? Where?
In Tolkien.
And Iola is faster.
I have a metal arm. Just saying.
Is that nowhere?
Better than a normal arm.
Now, I've got to isolate all of you, including the Wilmington delegation, as she turns over and looks at the group from the Baronies, which consists of a negotiator named Baroness Ariel Spelltwist, who is a mystic, as well as another mystic named Rodrigo that is with them, a cyborg named Clement, a scientist named Malcolm Jones. There was a woman in a red trench coat who has disappeared, and a man dressed as a ley line walker who has been called Howie.
The douchebag.
Asshole.
Really a jerk. Really a jerk.
I saw where Ruby went, right? I had an idea of where she went.
Yes.
I'm going to point that out and say, I need to get to where that goes, and I will help you.
We don't have time to have you running off. Security will handle this. This
Just
is...
like you know what you're dealing with. She can pass unseen through things.
We've dealt with ghosts.
Not quite the same.
Well, we thank you for your help. We are also not going to let you run loose through our facility in the time of emergency. We're entering lockdown protocols.
Fair.
Please come with us.
All right.
And you notice that more security guys have started to come into this hall and start escorting the group of you and the entire group of the Baronies delegation up towards the place you were all staying.
Are we all together in this place? They're moving us to the place, but they're keeping us all together?
Yes, they're keeping you all as one group and keeping an eye on you. Florentine does relay, that's the word, relay all the information that you gave her about this person, but they seem to want to keep all of you together and keep an eye on all of you. And as you are brought in, you come into the main area of the guest quarters with the pool table and a couple other things. And in there is Harkins and a greyhound dog boy. Now, here's the thing. If you're familiar with dog boys, they tend to have a look in their eyes, something that's been trained into them from young ages, a ferocity, kind of a viciousness. You don't see it in his eyes.
Are they right in front of us?
You're all back together.
You still skipping through time?
No. I think I'm back for now. Anyways.
Who are you? I don't want to look at the dog boy.
I am Cag. Who are you?
Jack.
He's good folk. He's from where I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the others by chance?
The others.
So the Wilmington delegation then comes in, and the first one who enters goes, it's the Baroness, and she goes, "Oh, Cag, darling, we had heard that you were lost to us, and those who were joining you. We thought you weren't going to make it, so we were very alarmed. I'm thrilled to see you. Are you and your comrades? What happened? We heard you were waylaid, but we didn't hear any other information."
I'm fine. We were ambushed.
Ambushed?
Yes.
By whom?
Some coalition.
That far west? That's abnormal.
Yeah, it is. We were very surprised.
Well, I'm glad you made it safely. And this is very alarming. She looks over at the group and appears to whisper something out loud very super quietly. Let's see. It would be able to pick up by people who can hear subsonic noises.
Oh, I don't know if I can hear subsonic. I got some sort of special hearing.
Yeah, so you'd pick up bits of it. Actually, the Cagney, with your hearing, you might pick up bits of it as well.
Mhm.
And it's her saying, she says something, Howie, something unknown. And Howie's there too. And you can see after she says that, Clement just kind of like nods his head at her and like goes and stands behind Howie.
Now, we're all in this room together, right?
Yes, it's a pretty large room, but it's the doors have been sealed and magnetically locked.
Okay. Is there a guard inside this room with us?
We'll say Florentine is there.
Okay. And it's our whole party and Asshole McGee and the Baron squad, right?
Yes, minus one person.
Minus the Carmen Sandiego who fucked off to Legoland to go steal stuff, right?
That's pretty accurate, yeah.
She's the person that's missing though, right? She's the...
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh, also, Hello is here, I should say. Because,
what's Hello?
He can't join us tonight. Hello is still with the group at this moment. Though Hello kind of goes into the corner and shuts down and says, excuse me a moment. And goes limp.
Turns off.
Yes, goes entirely limp.
Okay. Harkins.
Yeah.
Come here. Come just closer to me and away from, the others. I like that we'll just call them the others.
The others! Because we're secretly unlost.
No, you are not. You are not. There is smoke monsters. However, there will be plot resolution on certain things.
That's a conversation for another day.
Are you pulling everybody together, or are you just pulling over Harkins to?
Well, actually, I was going to pull Harkins over and then make him go over to you because you're better at whispering. I was going to tell you to fill him in, so that he's up to date on what the fuck's going on.
I'm going to fill him in.
Asshole McGee's an asshole.
Yeah.
And while that's happening, the Baroness goes, Cagney, we seem to have lost one of our party, and it appears to have triggered certain alarms. I'm sure this is a temporary state, and everything will return to normal in due time. But in the meanwhile, who knows how long it will be?
Who is missing?
It is a woman you never met or heard of. But it's one of the Barony's contingent. You smell the scent of a woman in a very light perfume that spent a good amount of time in this room. You smell clove cigarettes that it appears that woman was smoking with a hint of lipstick on some of the cigarette butts that are still in the ashtray.
Okay. And how many psychics and
You've got some more things.
magic, supernatural beings are there in this room?
Oh boy. Okay.
I would also like to know that.
Can you tell me a little more about the ability you're using to tell that? Because I need more details to, like, the more you tell me about the ability, the more I'll give you.
Okay.
Trying to. Oh, I'm in the wrong book. That's why.
Do you have access to my character sheet? You can just read off that.
No, I'm just going to go to Side Druid. Sorry. Which one is it? See plant and animal arms?
Sense psychic and magic energy.
Okay. Oh, that's right. It's the dog boy ability.
Yeah.
That's why. Yes. So the dog boy ability you're getting. Okay. The following people are psychic and or magic. Iola smells of both psychics and magic. The guy with the metal arm smells like metal arm. The Atlantean smells strongly of magic, and Harkins, who you've met, is very clearly a very strong psychic. The robot-looking thing, which is a large metal, looks like kind of somewhere between a wacky wavy arm, inflatable tube man, and a gumball machine, but with a bunch of cool things on it.
Yeah.
Cool things on
It
it.
smells of psychic, but it also smells empty. It smells of psychic residue, which is weird. Let's see. The Baroness is clearly a mystic. Her friend is also a mystic. The scientist is just straight human. The Leyline Walker smells sharply of magic. And Florentina does not smell of magic.
Florentina is a part of the Baroness's.
No, Florentina is the security chief that's been assigned to the groups. Let's see.
Can I go? Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna go do something?
Yeah, I was gonna say once I finished filling Harkins in, I want to go intimidate someone with me.
I would like to actually be filled in, as I have not watched the previous episode.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Okay.
No.
So I thought you had.
No.
The other delegation is trying to get the resin as well, but we think that that whoever Ruby is and Howie are working some angle, whether with the delegation or not, to steal what we think is something they use in the process to make the resin.
So they want the opportunity to make their own resin along with the sample to allow them to
Or
reverse
purify. From what I remember last time, or purify something. I'm not quite sure.
Jovra had heard about a gem roughly the size of a crystal ball that is used in their water purification system, which could be quite valuable and has elemental properties. Yes.
So that, and then that she can pass through walls and pass unseen. And I've seen her before, and that's why I know what she's done. Did you tell me what her name was before, or did I know it?
Ruby is definitely not her name. I think I might have, but I don't remember if I did.
I don't have a note of it, so I just have her name.
I didn't give her an actual name. I just gave her a dummy name.
Yeah, I feel like I only remember Ruby. I don't remember you saying anything else.
All right. Irene Savage.
Okay.
Yes.
Great name. And I know she's working with the asshole Lane Walker, and I'll tell you why. He's a huge asshole douche waffle.
All right.
Pretty much.
He has peacocked off to a corner of the room, swirls his cape around and dramatically sat in a chair.
Oh, I
as
see.
Leyline Walkers are wont to do.
Do you want to go intimidate him with me?
Yeah.
I want to put my hand on Harkin's shoulder.
Yeah.
Pull him back a little bit.
What's that?
Kind of nod for Iola to you go ahead. I want to say something to Harkins.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
I think I know that guy. The douche waffle.
And I don't know, I know you're a good guy. But the last time I saw that guy, a lot of people died. And
Look,
I don't think he's a very good man.
If they are here with ill intent, I do not care where they came from.
Good.
We may be from the same place, but that does not mean I will halt at putting a bullet in his head if he steps out of line.
I'll back you up. I don't want to let them go do their thing.
All right. Real quick, we're going to cut over to the Baroness and Malcolm sitting down, and the Baroness pulls out her knitting, and the cyborg also pulls out their knitting. Might have been crochet for the cyborg.
Is he
No, I think it was
good
knitting.
at it?
I'm
What's that?
pretty sure it was knitting.
Is he like exceptionally good at it? Like
No.
He's got a little robot hand. Oh, is he exceptionally bad at it?
No. You can tell it takes a lot of mental effort from him.
Nice.
That it seems to be like a mental exercise for the cyborg.
Nice.
And they sit down, and the Baroness looks over at Cagney and pats the seat next to her. It was like, she says, "Oh, we're so glad you survived. We had heard from certain parties," and she gives the dirty look over to Howie in the corner, that you had been attacked and that they had seen that there was no trace left of you.
Oh, I was lucky to have escaped.
We were.
My companions weren't as fortunate.
I'll say a prayer for them when we get back. But
thank you.
So these giant worms, do you have any feelings about them? So outside, I don't know if you were here last time. There are giant sandworms that the native Akoma people use to create this resin that goes into the armor.
Shai-Hulud! The spice must flow! Okay, sorry.
It's not spice. Spice is copyrighted. No.
Yeah.
It's not. But she's like, these are natural creatures, and I believe you are an expert in natural creatures, right? From the outside, you can tell that they're definitely not from Earth, but they are creatures. Do you have any way of telling more about those creatures? Is what she's asking.
Can I roll on lore DBs?
Yeah. It'll take a penalty but yes. So you'll take a 10% penalty, but you'll get information if you succeed.
25 instead of 35.
All right. You rolled a 14, which is good. Those DBs are definitely dimensional. They definitely are not from Earth, but they radiate a bit of magic, but they are not unnatural. They seem to absorb something from ley lines and use it, but they are not like spellcasters. It's just like simply that is part of whatever they have been adapted to feed off of as a magic-rich world. You can also tell that they are being kind of kept by a sizable amount of wormwood, which is a herb used to control worms and whatnot in like animals and stuff. And also, I believe this is warding the worms into kind of like a pen. So it's like a 3-mile radius that they routinely sprinkle with wormwood residue in order to keep the worms from crossing that barrier.
Are they naturally hostile?
The worms are aggressive, but can be controlled using sound, though they're not smart enough for a language. They are, I wouldn't say tamed as much as caged.
Okay. I'll relay that information to the Baroness.
Gotcha. She says, "Thank you so much. That's all
I
extremely
have a question.
useful." Yes.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Do the Dune books exist in this world?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Everything exists.
I mean, Wheel of Time exists. I got book 2 from the scientist.
That's right. The scientist is
So-
reading Wheel of Time.
Who
Has
knows
Harkins
what it-
read Dune? I feel like Harkins would have read Dune.
Maybe.
I think Harkins may have read Dune, and so
Nice.
it's entirely possible he yelled Shai Halud while riding upon the back of one of those things.
There was a copy of Dune that was handed around among Reed's Rangers as one of the few books you had on away missions.
I love it. Yeah.
Alright.
That's just perfect.
Yeah. She says to you, now, these people here are at cross purposes to ours. But we are very wary of them. We don't know what they are up to. And I don't know what Ruby has been up to. Ruby, we didn't expect her and Howie. And Jericho, you can hear most of this with your enhanced hearing. She says, they say that they were sent in replacement of your group. So I would keep your guard up, as it were. I think we may be in the middle of a swindle. She is very beautiful and very trustworthy.
Ruby is the person that I don't know.
Yeah, Ruby's missing.
That's missing. Okay.
You had briefly met with the Baroness and Clement one other time in regarding cattle or something. So we will go back to Drover. What are you doing in this time?
Probably near Jericho Jack, trying to just look casual and, keep mindful of Zarsig. That sort of deal.
Is Zarsig in the room?
Yes.
Zarsig's
Good.
feeling a little penned up right now.
Yes.
Also, there is a small dragon in the room that Cagney can see. It is... Oh, there's two things in the room. I just remembered. There's a small dragon in the room. It is a little bit out of your depth, but not entirely out of your experience with animals. It's smarter than a general animal. It's more than just an animal. It is a tiny dragon of a type you're unfamiliar with. There is also what is called a shark puppy in here, which is a dog-sized thing with a shark mouth and face covered in a kind of sandpapery scales that is just like rolling at your feet. And it's over by Harkins, but every now and then it comes over and like thrusts its giant shark nose under one of your paws for pets.
Scritches! Scritches!
It does not speak,
It should speak.
though it has an enormous sandpapery tongue and 1,000 shark teeth. That is another animal that is in the room. Sorry.
Okay. What kind of aura do I see on the shark puppy?
The shark puppy has a fierce, very focused kind of aura. It is trained to hunt evil, like a specific kind of evil. It smells blood extremely well and is clearly an animal designed and engineered for this purpose. It is not a natural beast by any means, not even from another world. It was clearly crossbred. And I don't know how that sits with you.
Okay. And what's its IQ?
What is its IQ?
Hang on.
Less than human.
Its IQ is 7.
So, very good at taking commands, very good at following orders, and it has an emotional intelligence that dogs have.
I'll pet it. If you
And Harkins, you can see that the shark puppy has gone over, or Wild Bill, the shark puppy, has gone over to the dog boy, which is generally a very positive sign.
Yes.
Okay, so Hello sits in the corner and deactivates. Now, the two of you, Iola and Harkins, we're going to go speak with somebody.
So I'm gonna stand in front of Howie, and like, do I see eye to eye with him sitting down, or am I not eye to eye with him yet?
You're just a little bit under eye to eye.
Okay, then I'm gonna hover so that I'm at least eye to eye with him.
Yes, you are there.
I'm just gonna look him in the face and go, "Okay, asshole, what the fuck is going on?"
Do you have a trust intimidate naturally, or?
I know I have charm impress. I don't have trust intimidate.
Well, give me a charm impress first.
It's just a 30%. Do I just roll a D100 or?
Yeah. It should be. Yeah. There's no die roller next to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's just roll D100. We'll see what you get. Okay, you got an 85, so that's way above. You try to look as intimidating as you can, and as impressive and big, and he just stares at you and goes,
That's why I asked Harkins to come over.
I have no idea what you mean.
I turn on the anger stare.
All right. Do you turn on the No, you don't. If you know the fact that if you do the thing where you put yourself in gunfighter stance, it will cause him to make a check. However, it will also cause Florentina to make a check, and everyone else in the room to tense up as well.
I can't, like, stare down one person. I have to stare down everyone?
Well, there's a difference between a stare down and the horror factor. You don't have, like, the trust intimidate thing, too, right?
No, because it's a horror. Because they gave me the horror. That's what Gunslingers is, the horror factor for that.
You have interrogation.
I do.
So roll
I have
that,
too.
and we'll use that for your straight intimidation.
Okay.
Because if you unleash the horror factor, you know that generally means fight's about to happen. You know that would start a fight.
I got no successes.
Okay, you didn't get any successes. So you look. You suddenly realize that you are still wearing the hospital gown underneath your awesome-looking armor. Though fortunately, the armor covers your back. Oh.
I don't care if anyone sees my ass. It's a great ass.
That's America's ass.
That is America's ass.
He says, I don't have any idea what you're referring to. Ruby said she had to use the bathroom and left.
Okay, so I'm just going to use telepathy.
Uh-huh.
While I'm, like, in his face and trying to distract him talking to me.
He was not ready for this. So does he get a save?
It's conditional.
Is this super telepathy? Is that a
No,
thing?
just regular.
Oh, sensitive telepathy. So in this system, the psychic abilities are healing, sensitive. Oh my god, I'm blanking on one of them. Physical. Wait, is it physical? Let me look.
Yeah, it's physical.
Yeah.
Physical, healing, sensitive, and super.
Yes, and super. And there are some other categories that are quite uncommon and strange. But with this, I think what is the conditions on him getting a save?
It doesn't say in this, and so I'd have to find it in the book.
He is going to, you will get from him basically, he starts doing the 1812 overture in his head. But he gets I will give him a save, and if he fails it, he will, he is not a psychic.
Or is he?
He is not. He rolled a 19, though. So all you're really getting out of this is the 1812 overture being played, just parts of it, the wrong parts of it that suddenly transfer into like another piece of classical music that then go into the theme song from I Dream of Jeannie. He's basically flicking through his mental Rolodex of annoying music. Or style music you can do in your head forever. And you can tell he's doing it, and he's giving you the eyes, and they're like, you've been accusing me of things for 2 days now.
You accused me of things first. I don't want to talk about that. I did do things afterwards, but not until he accused me.
You can tell that, Cagney, you can tell that a psychic power is being used in the room and is coming from Iola.
Okay.
Now, if you have an issue with Ruby, you can take it up with Ruby.
Yeah, well, I know where she went to go, like, steal something, because that's what she does. I'm not an idiot. And I know you know who I am.
I've never met you before in my life.
No, but Ruby has. I'm just going to walk away, because fuck this. Well, I'm going to fly away.
What
I'm
is
not gonna walk-
fortune for her, then?
Oh, what
Is there anything on his table?
Bag.
There is an ashtray. There is a couple of books. There is a... let's say he got a bottle of water, opened it, and sat down.
The bottle of water is going to spill into the ashtray, which will then spill into his lap.
Please.
Again, a psychic power, a very minor telekinesis did that, or smells like a very minor telekinesis as that series of unfortunate events occurs, and it splashes all over him, and he tries very hard not to look upset and angry.
Oh, but he is? Ooh, good.
Is there any chance that I could be allowed to head up and change clothing? And Florentine goes, no.
Can I just, like, high five Harkins once we're out of the... Just, like, a tiny high five?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, you're very small, so all your high fives are tiny to me.
Thanks, Harkins.
Hey, DM, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do I know if I speak in a low tone to Jofra, I'm not worried about the other people in this room. Do I know that planewalkers, leyline walkers, do I know if they have like super acute, stupid hearing?
You have never heard of that being true.
Okay. Cyborgs can have any of that, though.
Yes.
Yes, and dog boys probably do.
You know dog boys have excellent hearing, but not to the level of like a cyborg.
Okay, but still pretty good. All right, but the cyborg might have as good as shit in his head as I do.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm not... Shit. All right. Then I'm not going to say anything, but I'm going to look at Jovra. But it's probably a face you've never seen Jack make before, where it's a little bit of fear mixed with a lot of anger. And I want to look at the leyline walker, and I want to look at Jovra, and like almost, I guess the only thing I want to say is like, I might just do it.
Don't.
He's not a good man.
If we start, we won't be the good people.
What is he doing?
He is wiping himself off. He is grabbing a pile of napkins and dabbing the soot and water out of his ridiculously blue leyline walker cape and pants. He seems to be a grumpus about it. But he's staying kind of in like a very bright, very clear middle of the room, part of the room.
Why wouldn't he be? I don't think he's supposed to be here, and I don't think the Baron doesn't even know who he is. So I'm thinking he's wearing that out. I'm thinking maybe he won't be that hard. Any way you could tell? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay.
More
Sorry,
stage
I was trying to be quiet. Okay, I was trying to be quiet in the game, but I don't know. I don't know why I ever do that.
It's cool.
So yeah, is there any way that I don't know if he's actually what he's dressed as? Is there any way you can tell, like definitively, that he is what he is? Pardon me while I eat a gummy worm.
Oh,
There is a bowl of gummy
there's-
worms.
oh, there is one thing I can do.
Very big bowl of gummy worms.
Okay, so Jova's going to try something so Jack doesn't lose it. Is he within 60 feet of me?
Absolutely.
Oh boy. I'm going to do compulsion. And it implants a sudden desire or need in another's mind.
Mm-hmm.
It should be reasonable and attainable. Target will be consumed with object or action for the full duration. The only thing that can negate this is if it stays or remove curse. And the compulsion's going to be basically tell us the truth about everything.
All right. There's no way he doesn't get some kind of save against that.
Probably.
Saving throw standard. He has
Yep.
increased save versus
And
magic.
plus one because my spells increase. So it's
Gotcha.
whatever the standard is plus
13.
one.
So he has a +3.
Oh boy.
So there is a 50-50 chance that he will make this. Just add the +3. 23 natural 20.
Son of a.
He looks over at you and just scowls hard. And you can see you see his hands move very quickly and touch his face, and you can tell he just like casts something on himself.
Is my sixth sense going off? Oh, go ahead.
Sixth sense is on medium alert, but not.
That there went my chance.
Is it magic?
He did do a touch of magic on himself.
Okay.
Let's see. Where is it? Okay, I know which one he did, so don't worry about it.
My ears perk up, and I'm looking back and forth.
There's some magic flying around.
Chance match.
You know what? I am going to walk over.
Mm-hmm.
Walk looking at him, but I am going to change direction and go over to the Baroness.
Yes. She's like, oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's hello in the corner.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know, playing Pong or something right now. I don't know what she's doing over there.
There is no green goo in hello.
Well, that's worrying as fuck, but I'll deal with that
I
when
didn't
I
want
can.
to say anything, but yes, it is strange.
Yeah, it is strange. She's a little strange. I don't know if we've been properly introduced. People call me Jericho.
17, 18. Okay. She puts down her knitting and stands and shakes your hand.
I shake
puts
her
out a
hand.
handshake.
I shake her hand with
mental
my,
hand. Yeah.
yeah, I shake it with my people hand. And I go, listen, I was wondering, I couldn't help but overhear that you're a little out of sorts, huh? You had some bad luck with people on the road.
Oh, us no, but Cagney, our friend Cagney did.
Did he?
Yes.
And
That was me.
but you got replacements, right?
They said they had heard about it and caught up.
Right.
Cagney, how long ago was it? No, it was about 2 or 3 days. It was a tight timeline for that to have been heard. In fact, it sounds like something was said very shortly after the attack happened.
Yeah. I'm not really being quiet at this point. I want to look to Cagney. Cagney, you said that you were attacked by Coalition?
Yes.
Huh. Attacked by Coalition. Way out here, right? Yeah, that's a little strange, isn't it?
It's very strange.
Very strange, yeah. Usually almost like they were on a mission or something, right? And then after you get attacked and a bunch of your people are wiped out, strangely, 2 people that you've never met
suddenly say that they're your backup. They say that they're your backup, and they're here, and now suddenly one of them is gone and the alarms are going off. I want to look at the person who's standing guard, Florentine with the big gun, and I go, a little strange, right? Am I the only one that thinks it's a little fucking strange? A little out of the fucking ordinary? Like, doesn't that sound like...
down?
Well, good. I'm glad you went into lockdown. Lock that motherfucker down. And I want to point at him. And I go, because doesn't that sound like a fucking thing a coalition would do? Doesn't that sound like a mission for a coalition group? Eradicate your team and then plant people to go and do a thing? I don't know what the fuck you got in this town besides that goo that we're supposed to get. But I know that fucking guy is not kosher. And whoever, I don't know, Ruby Red, wherever she is probably stealing your shit right now. And the only person in this room who's not supposed to be here is that fucking guy. Like,
He says, I simply relayed the information that was given to me.
Howie says that?
Yeah. I was just given a command from not the Baron himself, but someone who I believe worked for the Baron. I might have been lied to.
Who? What's his name?
Kevin has to look at the quick thing.
His name's Kevin?
It takes him about half a second, and he goes, Sheriff Davies.
That a name you know? And I want to look at the both of them, the Baron and Cagney.
Cagney, give me... This will be a random... Give me a D12 of fate.
D12?
Yes. Because I don't think there's any skill for... Okay, you rolled an 8, which is pretty high, which is pretty good. You know that name, he pronounced it entirely wrong. He said Sheriff Davies. It's Charis Davies.
Charis Davies.
And Charis corrects everybody the second they get it wrong and is very sensitive about it. So this person has heard a name and has clearly never met the person.
I'll whisper to Jericho. And I don't think this person has met Charis Davies.
Huh. Well, imagine that. And I want to look at him. And I want to look back at Florentine. Well, imagine that. So, what are you going to do?
I'm going to detain him.
That sounds like a pretty fucking smart idea.
Yep.
For you.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Technically, we're all already detained.
In this room?
Yep.
So you tell me there's no way out of this room?
There's 2 ways out of this room.
Yeah, through you and through the door?
No, there's a door on that end that's locked, and there's me on this end, and a door behind me. I mean, there's also vents, but, like, no one here seems all that small.
Is Iola that small?
Iola's small, but not small enough for these vents.
That would be like an actual fairy would probably be that small.
Yeah.
Can I cast See the Invisible just to make sure our other friend hasn't joined us?
You can, but you are familiar enough with their abilities to know that that is not invisibility.
Oh, okay.
Their phasing makes them appear ghost-like, but does not make them appear invisible. So roll a perception check.
Okay. This week, Throck. The dice hate me this week.
You are blind. You've ceased your vision.
Okay, so you don't really see this. Another sharp smell of magic fills the air with another spell being cast.
From where I can see it.
Oh, that's right. You can... Well, what ability gives you the ability to see magic?
It's like the leyline walker stuff that I have.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you can... I don't know if it... Yeah.
I can look it up.
It's okay. You get... Well, since you can see it, you don't need the perception roll. Though all you can see is him casting Armor of Ithin.
So, interesting note about Leviathan. If you have a dagger and you push it in real slow, it'll still hurt him. Because it's a slow knife that kills. Sorry, it's a Dune reference. No one, anyone. It's from the. I mean,
It's been a long time since I read it.
I haven't read that
That's
in
not
so
even from-
long.
that's from the movie. That's not even.
Oh,
from the...
I haven't seen the
Oh,
movie.
I have
Yeah.
never seen
The
it.
snow knife penetrates the shield.
Yeah.
But do blades actually penetrate this magical armor?
It's armor. You can wear it away. There are many things in Rifts that actually have that quality, but Armor of Leviathan is not one of them.
I don't know, bro. Jack's pretty close. Jack's pretty close to blowing this guy's fucking head off. At a game, I'm pretty goddamn close to putting a few bullets at him.
Everything
him.
is weird and tense in this room.
Yeah. I want to use empathy on Howie.
Howie is super tense. He's very guarded.
Oh, he gets the saving throw.
Oh, it's easy enough to tell that he's very tense, but another natural 20 for Howie. You can tell he's tense. He appears to be extremely tense, like nervous, and like he doesn't know what he's going to do. He appears unsteady and unstable.
This city, remind me if we're pretty far away from a ley line, right?
You're on top of a ley line,
But we don't have
We're on
access.
top of the ley line.
but you don't have direct access to it because it is harnessed in the spirit lodges that that allow them to control. Put the pliers away. You're not taking anyone's fingernails.
This is Wild Bill. I don't have a shot.
Oh, that's
puppy,
Fire
but-
Bill. Okay.
Yeah.
I
This
thought
is
you were
our
like,
Wild
well,
Bill.
torture Howie.
Well, wait. We can't tap into a ley line, but can Fuckhead tap into a ley line if he's
Well, you could.
a ley line dancer, whatever he is?
Walker.
Ley line walker?
You don't know. You have no idea.
Oh, that's a bad gamble. Not a fan of that gamble. Shit.
Someone who knows magic better might.
You could ask,
You could ask.
because someone
you
who
know
knows
what?
magic better might.
At this point, he is getting increasingly more and more pissed off. So I am gonna ask, but I'm gonna ask kind of loudly. So you're gonna detain us in this room? How do you know that motherfucker's not just gonna zip zop his way through the fucking magic stream, running under this shit, and fuck off to Legoland? What's stopping him from doing that? Like, think. He's a ley line walker. He's got someone else going over there stealing shit. What's she gonna do? She's gonna pop back. Bob's your uncle. He's fucking gone. And now you're out. Whatever.
Permission to use the ley line. He can't ley line walk.
Who can't? He can't.
Not unless we give him permission, and I'm not authorized to even ask to give him permission.
So you can stop a ley line walker from using a ley line.
In certain ways, yes.
Oh.
I believe so.
I mean,
I
is
wanna-
that true?
It is. Give me a lore magic.
I do not
Oh, no,
have.
that's creatures of magic.
Okay, that's close enough.
Okay.
You will take a penalty, but you're still rolled well enough. You rolled a 21 under your 50, and I was going to give you a negative 15, so you're still good. In order to access a ley line controlled by either a pyramid or in this case, a spirit lodge, which functions essentially as a magic pyramid, the people in control of it have entire control over someone phasing on that line or traversing the line. They do not have control over anyone pulling extra power from the line, but it is definitely a reduced line. This line you can pull half as much as normal from, but it is very clearly controlled, and he has most likely not been given permission to access it.
So he's just as trapped as we are.
Yes.
I don't
It's
know.
still dangerous.
Oh, you can still probably kill everybody in the room.
I don't like these accusations you're throwing around. I think they're trying to throw our entire delegation under the bus.
I don't like that you're somebody who's not supposed to fucking be here and you got the face of an asshole. I don't like that your partner fucked off right after I heard you saying some spooky shit about getting to it first.
Get into
I don't
what
like-
first?
I don't know. That's a good fucking question. Why are you here? Who the fuck are you? And now I'm like very close to him. Who
Jericho
are
Jack,
you?
if I may.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho Jack, if I may. My friend, you see before you 5 incredibly powerful people and 1 incredibly powerful person who is apparently sleeping. I have been told
I forgot.
that you have a tendency to be around when a lot of people die. I personally find that problematic.
Oh,
I have been led to believe that you may be the cause of a significant number of innocent deaths. I have been led to believe that you lied about who you talked to before you have come here. I believe that you are not who you say you are. And I do not mean that your name is not your name or that your powers are not your powers, but you are here under false pretenses. I will have the truth. Or you will face the consequences. And I would like to roll interrogation, please.
okay. Give me that interrogation roll.
I'm gonna feel like such an asshole if he really is just like an innocent guy.
He's not. There's no way.
10 under 50, baby.
Okay, so you rolled a 10 under your 50. That's a great success. He's like, I am Howie Everett. I am a ley line walker of distinction and power. I do not deserve to be questioned thusly. I do not have to answer any of these things you say. I don't know what you're talking about at all.
How sweaty is he? How much sweat is pouring off? I imagine it's like the GIF where it's just raining sweat off his face.
Here's the thing. He looks like he's getting very nervous and starting to think very hard, as though things are running through his head very, very quickly.
That was my question. Does Armor of Ithan block out telepathy?
No, only mind blocks out telepathy.
So can I try it again while this is happening?
Yes.
That was my thought that I was going to do.
All right. Also, Jovra, give me a perception or any of your detect skills if you have a detect skill.
I have detect ambush, detect concealment.
All right, give me the detect concealment. Okay, you roll a great success on that. A 7 under 45. And he will save against the telepathy. And it is it's a little less than that.
This dude is just
Well,
a wall.
13, so...
It's a 13 on the die, which I believe is enough. Wait.
Because my save is a 13, so I don't know how saves work in Rifts, but...
Oh, wait. Well, that's the save for your spells, not your psychics.
I don't
He
know.
needs a certain number to get on his psychics, and he did not achieve it.
Oh, okay.
So you happen to catch his thoughts, and he's like, shit, she's taking too long. Shit. She should have put it on her by now.
I was right all along.
And
By now?
yes. And Jovra, you notice that someone has apparently put something, has just now put something in your backpack, and you see Ruby in a ghostly form directly behind you and looking startled that you noticed.
She's fucking framing you.
Okay. So we're going to go into initiative.
He goes, ooh.
If we're
look
going to
at
go into
that
initiative, it is
backpack.
9:20. Should we take our break and then come
Yes.
back?
We
Okay.
will do that. That is excellent. So yes, Howie's about to try to pull some shit.
Wait, she got in the room?
Yeah.
These people
Yes.
are terrible. This
Right?
holding room
I didn't
sucks.
sense her.
You didn't really sense her because there's so much magic and other scents being thrown around right now. And
I was
also
actually-
what she does is not psionic.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually going to say the poor dog boy's nose is probably like, what the fuck's going on? Everyone's so
like-
bad.
Oh, also senses are fouled on a ley line. So, but it's not too bad here. It's well-controlled ley line. So you're feeling just fine. All right. So we're going to take a break, everybody. We're going to take about 5-10 minutes, stretch your legs, move around, get some water. And we will see you soon.
All right. Sorry, I accidentally muted everyone else instead of me because I'm terrible. We'll be right back. Bye. Okay, we're coming back in. Shut up, we're coming back in. Shut it. Shut up. Shut up, we're here. Okay, hi, we're back.
Hi. Yes, hello. Hello is not with us today. We have our special guest star, Ting, playing Cagney with us. And we are right back with Riffs. Previously, in this episode of Riffs, we have been... They are visiting Sky City, the Acoma people's home in New Mexico. That's it.
Mexico.
They're in New Mexico.
New Zona.
No.
Surrounded by the giant New Mexican bullworms.
Yes, giant New Mexican bullworms.
Shahalood!
Yes, Shahalood.
Sorry.
Cousin of the Alaskan bullworms.
And the Cagney came in and helped Harkins deal with some of his psychic trauma, and consulted with Amadis, the paradox shaman, who said that Harkins had been temporally fractured, and Cagney was able to find a very durable and powerful mind blockage in the mind of Harkins that led to a picture of something called a temporal raider. Afterwards, they met back up with the group as everyone was escorted back to the holding area / domicile. What's the word for
Prisoner pen?
Hostel?
Room.
the hostel? Hostel's the one I wanted. And everyone was locked into the room with Florentina, this part of the security staff of the accommodation, and while one of the delegation from the barony had disappeared and alarms had triggered and everyone was very nervous, except for Howie, the Leyland Walker, who is a huge jerk, and everyone immediately jumped on as a bad person because he is.
I think in game it took us 1 minute to create violence in this closed room, where we have done nothing wrong, but we will be creating violence because we hate him so much.
Okay, so here's how we roll initiatives, and we will be going in a very direct order, starting with... Why did I even say those words in that order? All right, starting with Cagney. You are first to act. I will set the scene again. There is a... Howie is against the far wall, or near the far wall, in a chair, very well-lit area. He's definitely been casting some magic. He's got Jericho Jack directly in front of him. Iola's about 2 steps behind her. Harkins is like 1 step behind Jericho Jack. On the other side of the room is Jovra with her back against the wall, and Zarksig. Is Zarksig like on your feet or your shoulder? You get to pick. Or hanging out next to you.
She's hanging out next to me.
Okay, she's just... And a small dragon is hanging out there. Next to Jovra is the ghost of a woman who appears to have just dropped something into a pocket of Jovra's backpack. Also in this room is a cyborg, a pair of mystics, and a scientist, all hanging around a little table. 2 of them, the cyborg and one of the mystics, is knitting, and one of the scientists is deep into a book and seems a little oblivious. But you can see the woman who you assume to be Ruby, but you've never seen before, kind of phasing partially through the wall. Looks like she's about to run again.
Okay.
Shark Puppy is also there and is queuing up on Harkins' legs. Like next to Harkins, has come up next to Harkins with a low growl.
Yes.
And will act on Harkins' turn.
Okay. One thing at a time. So I'm gonna walk over to and stand between Jericho and Howie, not directly in between, but off to the side a little bit. And
Oh, by the way, Jericho has one mechanical arm and one regular arm. Does
Right.
that determine which side you stand on and which side?
which arm is his mechanical arm?
My mechanical arm is his right arm.
Yeah, I'm standing on the left side.
Okay.
And I'll say to Howie, hey man, I know this is a tense situation, but let's not lose our heads and let's just keep calm. And I'll use empathic transmission to send peaceful and loving thoughts into his mind.
I love it.
He's the most zen dog boy. It's great.
I love it.
Make peace, not
All
war.
right. I think he gets a save.
Yeah, standard save.
Save standard? Okay. I think he has to roll 15 against psychic attacks. He does get a +1 against psychics. He rolls a 6. What effect does that have other than like untensing him a little bit?
Will induce a deep feeling of serenity, dispelling anger, hatred, sorrow, and so on. Hostile opponents are likely to reconsider their actions at a 60% chance, deciding not to attack, show mercy, leave without being overly cruel or destructive.
You're gonna be so mad at what I'm gonna do.
A 60% chance he would reconsider his actions of violence, and he rolled a 59, so he's reconsidering what he's planning on doing. Does that just affect one person or the entire team?
Just the one.
Dang.
Well, looks like the peaceful resolution's on the fun.
Well, I shouldn't throw NPCs at you guys if I expect them to live.
And it's going to last 2d6 minutes,
Okay.
so 10 minutes.
More than long enough. So empathic. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Yeah, you're good. All right, so you put your do you put your arm on his shoulder, or do you just put a paw up? And...
it's a 60-foot range, so I'm just.
Oh, you don't have to be in his face. Excellent. All right. So that happens, and then Harkins.
Yeah, so I'm gonna key off of my dear doggo friend and look over at the ghostly form that's trying to sneak through the wall and spend 40 ISP to cast Mind Bolt as a mega damage cast.
Okay. Let me look up something real quick. I should have grabbed the hard copy of this book.
Well, I should ask, would I know whether or not something in that form would be susceptible?
You would have to take the time to figure out what exactly is happening.
I just know that I think Harkins knows that he's locked in here and is kind of mad, and now shit's going down, and there's somebody invisible fucking with shit.
Okay.
That is
Now
what he
I have
knows.
to read whether this hurts them or not.
Is that like a mind missile you're shooting at them?
Yes.
Mind bullets.
Yep.
Mind bullets.
Technically, I can make your brain explode, so worry about that.
Can you make their head explode? Or is it like Scar from Full Metal Alchemist, where you make the brain explode inside the head, and it's just
It's MD damage to an
Quote, unquote,
SP
like
body.
something that could turn a brain into mind.
Psychic attacks have full effect.
Ooh,
I think that means
get him.
non-bolt type psychics, but this will work.
You get him.
Okay.
Yeah, this will work. Roll that damage. It might have.
Well,
I'll say this does half.
I have +8 to strike.
Okay.
So
They
I
are
have-
definitely going to attempt to dodge,
Okay.
and they are pretty good at it.
I rolled a
You have
26.
26. They cannot beat that. They have 7. All right. So you mental bolt directly into the person. There is a bit of a scream, but it comes out muffled and weird as it hits them in their armor.
For 6 MDC.
For 6 MDC.
Yep.
And everyone now looks over very briefly and sees.
So I see her.
Yes, everybody
Okay.
sees Ruby.
I don't look. I'm staring right at this fucking guy.
All right. Zarsig.
Do you wink at them to shoot those? I feel like Harkins would wink at them for some reason, like.
I
Where's
actually
the
like to
finger
think
gun?
Harkins does nothing.
Oh,
Oh,
that is pretty
that's kind
awesome.
of creepier, actually.
Right? Like that is what I think he
Yeah.
just kind of looks over and then you hear a scream.
That's awful.
Ah,
Hold up.
All right.
Yeah. Zarzig's going to, Jover notices it. Danger. Zarzig's going to do her breath. And see if
Okay.
that does any damage.
Go roll the attack. She's definitely going to try to dodge. No, she already tried to
Well-
dodge one this round. So
There's no attack roll. She just does it.
I think Zarsig has to hit with that, I believe. Let me look up the thing again.
Oh, okay. You want me to? Okay, sure.
Yeah, because I remember, I think Zarsig does an attack roll with it because Zarsig doesn't just apply the damage. There has to be
yeah.
some mitigation. Familiars. There we go. I completely forgot.
That's right. There's no save. It's just whether she hits or not.
Yeah, so roll the attack with her 2-strike.
46.
it's a 14 for the strike.
Okay, the 14 will certainly hit. Because this person is not attempting to dodge this because they don't know what's about to hit them.
So 18.
18 damage as it affects them and hits them, but doesn't seem to do full effect. But it does agitate them, and they shiver a little with the electricity as it enters their molecules and bounces around.
I've just penetrated your molecules.
Let me read it verbatim. Doo-doo-doo. Electricity, which stimulates and agitates molecules, does half damage. So that happened. Good work, Zarsig. You have dealt damage to this nearly invincible opponent. Okay, up next is Ruby herself. Ruby is going to step back in the hallway, back through the wall completely. No one can currently see Ruby. And suddenly, the cyborg stops knitting entirely. There is no movement in the cyborg whatsoever. All right, Jovra.
F.
Go through the wall.
I can't go through walls.
I mean,
You could probably get through a wall.
you might be able to. You don't know. Well, you probably know. It's a sturdy wall.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah, everything's mega damage, right? So
yeah.
Everything's been treated to be. Actually, yeah, they would have. Especially guest chambers for protection.
Yeah. Well, she's going to activate it anyway.
Okay.
Because it could come back. Yeah, she's going to touch the dragon tattoo, and it's going to glow, and out from it comes an ice machete.
Okay.
So
I forgot to
That-
put Florentina on here, but that's fine. She'll just go after Howie.
So is that an action or?
It's an action to activate one of your tattoos.
Yes.
So if you want to grab and see what's in your bag, I will not call that an action.
Oh, okay. And then so she can do that and then look in her bag
Yes,
and
you do. So in the bag, there is what appears to be a kind of like, it looks like it's shaped like a palm, like it fits inside the palm. And on the front of it is a series of UV lights and like a speaker, UV lights, and a speaker.
and she's going to have machete in one hand and just go to Florentine, not mine.
All right, Florentine puts out a hand and radios that the thief is in the hallway. They are phasing.
Good, fucking good.
All right. Up next is Jericho Jack.
Okay, so he's not thinking straight. So staring dead in this man's face,
Mhm.
He's kind of lost it. You tried to kill me. And I want to have the claws swing out of my my big mechanical arm and have my vibro claws come out and just try to jam it, just fucking try to shove it into his armored body and just like get the claws in there.
All right. So this happens in an instant. The cyborg arm, starts like a little bit of smoke, black smoke comes flying out as the vibroblade claws make your to strike roll. He
Okay.
is going to try to dodge.
Do I get any bonuses?
It's whatever bonuses you have to stabbing someone with your claws.
Done deal. 15.
Oh, he got an 8. So roll the damage on your vibro claws.
They don't do a whole lot, but
They do damage, so
6.
all right. That's not
6
nothing.
mega damage.
You not thinking straight are a little surprised when they stop about a quarter inch from his skin and grind against his magical armor.
I want to I just keep going. Like, it's obviously not going to penetrate, but he's not thinking and just goes, you tried to fucking kill me. And
Says,
just
I don't even know who you are, you little person. Iola.
I just.
This escalated quickly.
Yeah.
I'm going to. What can I do?
turn his eyes into acid.
I can't
Put acid in his eyes. Oh, okay.
But it is going to be his turn.
Make his shoes real small.
So I think because I'm just really fucking annoyed with him, I'm going to cast Befuddle on him.
All right, I believe he gets a save.
Yeah, that's a standard save, and so +1. So 13.
13, he gets a +5 against magic.
Shit.
He's a ley line walker. It's probably actually higher. No, it would be +5, actually. He gets a 10, so it's not enough. So he is befuddled. What does befuddle do?
He's disoriented. Concentration and reactions are impaired. Those affected are -2 to strike, parry, and dodge. Attacks per melee are reduced by half, and all skills suffer a penalty of -20%.
Okay.
And that will be for 4 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Hell of a spell.
So
Why are we level 3?
he's peaceful and he's befuddled.
I think the peaceful's going to go away when he gets stabbed. It did change his plans.
I didn't stab him yet, though, right?
Well, you
Blades are out.
Listen.
You got stabbed.
That's what I was trying to find under, what was it, empathic transmission?
Yeah.
And that's a sensitive power, right?
Yeah, I think so.
There we go.
Yep.
Don't be so
Empathy.
sensitive about your power.
Oh no, transmission is super.
Oh, okay. That's
Sorry.
That's why I can't find it. Empathic transmission. It curbs hostility in him still, because it's still affecting him. On his turn, at the beginning of his turn, he'll get one more save against it, but he will have this -2 apply to it because people are clearly attacking him. But you know what? No, it'll still affect him. He won't be able to. He will have reconsidered his actions of violence against the group. All right.
They're stabbing me. They're just so dang likable.
It says he's also. I'm sorry. The befuddle keeps him from concentrating. Let me look up some spells.
Concentration and reactions are impaired.
All right, so I'm going to say he's not going to be able to cast Greater Teleportation.
Yes.
Oh, fuck, I have
nice.
teleportation. God damn it, I'm an idiot. Anyway, all right.
You stay here.
But he's not going to do nothing.
Does he try to talk about his problems instead of using violence?
Well,
Words, not his fist.
He could just surrender.
right. Hold on. He could just surrender, but that's not going to happen.
I don't know if I'm gonna stop. Jack's not gonna stop.
Okay. What he does instead is, let's see, there's that. Let me just check one more thing. Nope, charismatic aura is not good enough. Okay. What he does is casts a spell where 3 identical images of him suddenly appear around the room.
Does he disappear?
No, there are now 4 of him in the room. He has cast a spell. The Baroness will now go. She is looking irate and confused and cast charismatic aura on herself. And she says, everyone put down your weapons. Okay. Well, the focal point of the spell is the person on whom it cast. It affects everyone in a 60-foot radius. Everyone is allowed a saving throw versus magic. Everybody give me a saving throw versus magic, including him.
Magic circles, fumes, rituals, spells?
Just spells.
Okay.
The DC on this is going to be 14.
I did not.
A Ting rolls a natural 20. Zombie gets an, or zombie.
Emmy.
Jericho Jack gets a 9. Iola gets an 11. Harkins gets a 19.
Hi.
Iola gets a, Iola got an 11. Jover gets a 9, and Zarsig, I take it, gets a 3.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have any weapons to put down.
I don't have any weapons either.
Yeah.
Does Zarsig just sit down? Because
He is a weapon.
she is a little weapon.
Okay. Oh, her physical beauty is up by 8 points. So this woman who was already a beautiful, charismatic leader of power just completely cloaks herself in like a glowing, magical girl aura as she levitates like a quarter inch off the ground and says, "Oh, put down your weapons. This violence will do us no good." Oh. Which... All right. If you did not save against the power, you must now roll a save versus horror factor 13. Or this is basically a save versus awe, not horror factor. But
That's Sarsig.
14.
all right. Okay. So Zarsig has made it. Jovra has made it. Iola failed so close by 1. And Jericho Jack has made it as well. None of you are required to do anything. Iola, you lose an action and you drop to the bottom of the initiative.
Which I'm close to anyway, so
Yeah,
it's not the end of
It's
the
not a
world.
big deal for you.
Is she just like, wow, like looking at this lady? Like,
Yes, you get animated.
wow.
The cyborg does not move whatsoever. It is weird.
That's a sleepy cyborg. That's okay. Our robot's sleeping too. It's just one of those, you know.
It's one of those things.
Yeah, it's just, this room just makes robots like take a nap.
The scientist actually, Malcolm, the scientist actually runs over to Clement, the cyborg, and starts like trying to look at him and see what's up. Let's roll a diagnostic. And 1d100. All right, he got a 39 on his engineering or on his mechanical engineering check, and he says it looks like some kind of circuit's been put in next to his brainstem. It's been disabled.
I bet it was Ruby.
All right. And the other mystic is enthralled with the Baroness as well. Back to the top, which would be Cagney.
Okay. Well, when I see Jericho attack Howie, I uncontrollably whimper a little bit.
Oh God, I feel terrible. Jack doesn't, but I feel
You
terrible.
made the pupper sad.
I'm sorry, Puffy.
And what are you going to do?
Is that your turn?
Still get a full action. I'm not. Whimpering's not going to take a hold.
Right, that's yeah. That was,
How do you do the merch thing? Exclamation point.
Merch. Yep.
Guys, don't forget to check out all our stuff. So Nerdware, Patreon,
Discord.
Discord.
Brew Inc.
Man, that befuddle really changed his plans. Well, he had already changed his plans from trying to kill you all to trying to escape.
How come I'm
Okay,
a 1
I'll-
now?
Did I make you a 1? I accidentally made you a 1 instead of the 17 you were. I meant to do that to someone else.
Sorry.
I'll use see invisible on myself.
Okay. So you do that and you don't see anything extra in the room. But those of you who can sense magic and whatnot, he has definitely used a psychic power on himself. All right. Harkins.
So she's not in the room still, apparently, right?
I'm gonna put my arms out, one at the lady who tried to overawe me, one at the douchebag, a gun pointing at either of them. I'm gonna do this a little differently. I'm gonna turn on my horror factor. I'm gonna stare at this woman and say, these people have tried to frame my friends. They apparently turned off that android and you're telling us to put down our guns? I would ask you kindly to keep your goddamn mouth to yourself until such time as we figure this out. And then I nonchalantly whip my gun up because I know it's not gonna kill him. I'm just gonna nonchalantly whip my gun up and like book into the techno wizard or into the leyline walker because I know he has his armor up and it's not gonna hurt him. I'm just kind of putting an exclamation point on the end of the sentence by like not even looking and being like, bah!
Yes.
All right, so roll with half bonuses. Well,
I don't.
just roll.
No, I have
It's
trick shot,
no, it's
baby.
wild
I don't
shot.
need to know. Whatever. I got trick shot.
Yeah, but you're actively not looking? Well, no, you can shoot without looking.
I mean,
so
yeah. Okay. Whatever you like.
He can't dodge it, so...
Yeah. I will
He
do whatever
literally
you
can.
tell me.
Why are all these Cassidy tokens on my
You
board?
can't dodge your shots?
He can't. He has like one action left,
Ooh.
and he is awed, and you have crit.
Punching bag, you guys. Punching bag.
So that is 24 points of damage.
24
Holy
points
mother.
of damage. Nails right into his armor. His armor holds, but does
Of course.
do a good chunk of damage.
Yes, just get me in there.
And this was purely to overawe the two of them.
Oh, with the horror factor, that's right.
The woman failed her save. He also fails his save.
I like that you're horror factoring her horror factor.
I am.
She's doing her thing. You're like, fuck you.
Counter horror.
Yeah.
A little thing, the Baroness will remember this.
I bet. I bet. It's all fun and games till you lock us in a sauna with our...
Yep, he's down to his literal last action. Okay. And he also drops to the bottom of the initiative, which is where he already was.
Oh, good. I'm back where I was to begin with.
Descending. There we go. Okay. Who was next?
Zarsig.
Zarsig. Zarsig is up.
So are the other douchebags still up? You said he made multiple images of himself?
Oh, yes. There are multiple images of himself. They seem to be doing exactly what he does, though it's... I'm trying to think of... No, too late. You perfectly nailed him with that shot.
Yeah, I mean, I
The
crit.
multiple-
Otherwise, yeah.
The multiple images did not phase you at all. You weren't even looking at him. He hasn't had time to move and confuse. So he hasn't had a chance to mix himself up. Yeah.
She's gonna try
His
to get...
bonuses certainly went away. All right. But yeah, so there are 4 of him in the room, but one of them just got shot and all of them bent over.
So, so when Zarsik goes up to one, she's obviously going to know it's fake, right? Or like what's the spell? Like,
okay. Zarsik gets a save at -4 to see that this one is not real.
What does she have to roll?
His spell DC is.
Do I just roll a d20 for? Did I just roll a d20 for her, or?
It's a save versus magic with a -4. So his save is effectively 19 if you just roll straight whatever Zarsig's normal save versus magic is. Unless Zarsig can see through illusions, but I don't believe they can, or she can.
So I can just roll, right?
Yep, just 1d20. And I actually have her.
Oh, she rolled a natural 1.
Okay, so she immediately starts like fighting and gnawing at the ankles and like lightning bolting one of the illusionary things, and it keeps just like passing clear through it, but Zarsig doesn't comprehend in this case that it's an illusion and keeps attacking that same spot.
He's like, okay, well, we know that. I'm just going to let her do it because, well, we know that's when an illusion. So,
yeah. All right.
Narrows it down.
Yeah, if he tries to move there, he's going to get a dragon.
It's Ruby's turn.
Ruby's in Texas by now, just hauling ass.
Jovra is
Ruby's
like
screwed if she stays. So yeah, she's out.
She doesn't want to save her boyfriend?
No one there can actually.
Later.
No one there can do anything, not even.
Unless you can run through a wall like a ghost.
I might be able to do something in my next turn. Maybe. We'll see.
All right, now it's Jover's turn.
Well, Zarsig has one of the illusions occupied. Jover's going to go over to another one, and with her ice machete, she's just going to like have the ice machete just like right in it, and it's like teleport here, get an ice machete.
Oh yeah, that's right. You rolled so you rolled for this, right?
For what?
First magic? No, that was for Zarsig.
Yeah, but I'm sure Jover's going to know. Oh, well, Jover can.
Unless Jover can see through illusions, she does get a save at -4. He is an accomplished mage.
So what, against spells?
Against spells, yes. 7. So it's not enough. You go to stab at one, and you figure out that one is an illusion as you pierce its gut with the ice machete.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, this one's fake. This one is fake. And she'll just keep it there.
Leave it there.
2 down.
All right.
Never catch me.
Jericho.
Gotcha. Whose turn?
Jericho.
I was yelling. Oh, okay. So while I'm grinding my blades into there, and I can't get him. So out of frustration, I'm gonna pull the shotgun off my back and put it just like I guess like right to his chest if he's that close. And
he's very close.
And just pull the trigger.
All right.
Hold on. Gotta find it. Here it is. 19.
19. That'll certainly hit. There's nothing you can do about it.
15 mega damage as I just blast. Now it's an explosive shotgun, but like I don't give a fuck at this point. I just want him dead as hell.
The blowback is enough to scorch your armor, but not actually damage it.
I just want to stay there.
4. Okay, sorry, doing math. It burns you a little. You can feel the heat from your shotgun blast, and you know that you're too close, but you don't care. All right, Iola.
I'm gonna get to that.
The vent that you talked about. Where is this vent located?
High up on the wall. In the middle
hallway? To the hallway?
Yes, let's say yes. Let's say yes, it goes to the hallway.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Reduce Self and make myself 6 inches and go through the vent. Because I'm sure that me at 6 inches will fit through this vent, right?
You at 6 inches fits perfectly through this vent as Iola shrinks down even smaller and takes off flying full speed through the vent.
That's my turn.
Now I have to actually keep track of Ruby's actions. Good work.
Son of a
Good work.
bitch!
All right, Howie has his last action. And he is befuddled, so he can't concentrate to think of doing something that he might otherwise do. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he is going to attempt to just straight up, well, he still can't attack. So what he's going to do is magic net the shit out of people. All right. Magic net creates a magic net composed of fibers. Every 1 to 6 humans inside a 10-foot area. So I will say this is Cagney, Harkins, and Jack.
I would like to. Am I able to dodge?
That's how you have to dodge it at a 16 or higher. Is how you
Alright.
defeat the spell.
So, as this is still the first round,
You've got tons of bonuses.
I have a +3 to dodge.
So everyone give me those dodges. Those 3 people give me those dodges.
22.
Yes. Good work.
I'm right in front of him.
Oh, I should have just put that in there. I'm sorry. One moment, please.
Could I have slashed through it with my claw? Like, get that shit away from me.
You splashed through a tiny part of it, but not enough. Harkins just barely gets caught in it.
Is he
And
frozen in
Cagney?
time again?
No, I'm just frustrated that I rolled a 15 off of an 11.
Yeah, you have a +11 and you rolled a Sorry. And Cagney, did you roll me a dodge?
Yeah, I've clicked it a few times, but it's not going through.
Oh, did it come up on the screen with a situational bonus?
Does that
no.
all the time?
If you've moved your character sheet off of the regular roll 20, check the regular roll 20. Or just put /R1D20 with your bonus in chat.
Yeah, what's your bonus? There you go, you got it.
17. All right, so the pacifist dog easily sidesteps the magic net as it flings out, catching only Harkins.
The pacifist dog boy. I love it.
Well, not pacifist, but
Zen master.
Wait, can he target me with my horror factor up? I'm just asking because I'm not really sure what horror factor does.
it didn't target you. It gives him massive penalties to like, it drops him out of the to the bottom of the initiative and costs him an action.
Okay. Which works for me, baby. That's fine. Okay.
So he really just threw this up in like desperation.
Okay.
And that was his last action. All right. Oh, no, wrong thing. That's not what I need to open. The woman, the Baroness, is taken aback and spends this turn recovering from the horror factor you've thrown at her, still radiating.
Vapors. She's got the vapors.
My goodness.
The cyborg still seems to be malfunctioning. The other mystic is going to attempt to, you know what? He's going to negate the magic net.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he never liked Howie. So the magic net is
Who does?
suddenly
Who
just
likes Howie?
turns into a little mist. All right. Next, back to the top of the order with Cagney.
All right. I'm just shaking my head at Jericho.
He's just like frothing at the mouth, fucking.
It doesn't take empathy to know that Jericho is more enraged than seems situationally appropriate.
Can I tell which one is the real Howie?
Probably the one in front of me,
You
right?
have to make a save at -4.
Oh, okay.
Save versus magic, -4.
-4.
And get a 15.
So roll a 19.
So roll a 19, yeah.
My question is. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Hey!
He rolls a 20.
All right.
Nice.
All right, so you could definitely tell which one is him.
All right. I'll point to the real one and say that's him. And I'll also say it in Dragon.
In Dragonese.
Oh.
The little dragon looks up and goes, mm-mm.
It's this one. It's this one. Duh. I just can't
like-
get him.
It's like, oh, sweetie. Oh,
All
of
right.
course I fell for it too.
Is that all you want to do with your turn or not? Do you want to?
We're locked in here, right?
Yeah, these rooms are, the doors to the front and the back are locked, and Fiona has radioed and is keeping her gun leveled but not firing at anyone.
Okay.
Probably a little overwhelmed.
You know, the awe, the horror factor.
That's all I'm gonna do. I'll save my last action.
Okay. Harkins.
Yeah, I need to assess. She's overawed. He's out of actions. I'm no longer netted. Do I have a clear read on Howie? Do I have a clear read on which one's him?
Yes.
Okay.
Cagney has made it so that the spell at this point, if you've already not saved against it, you're probably fine.
Okay. I'm not sure if I should try to like go into super hurt him or not. Because is he wearing any armor, or
Yes,
does he
he
just?
is.
Okay. So yeah, I'll fucking shoot him.
He's wearing not techno wizard armor, planeswalker armor.
Okay,
Not planeswalker armor. Leyline
Something.
walker armor.
Okay, that's fine then. As long as he's wearing MDC armor, I'm happy to continue shooting him with MDC weapons. If I
Okay.
thought I was gonna like legitimately kill him, I would not shoot him. But yeah, okay.
You certainly don't think it will, but let's see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the shot. Boink. Boink.
All right, you
24.
didn't roll a 5 or under, so it absolutely hits. Roll that
Mhm.
damage.
That'll be 17 points of damage.
Oh boy, having to carry ones.
Now carry the one.
Oh wait, that's how you do it. I forgot how math works.
What is maths?
His armor within is still there. It's very good.
You, sir, have very good armor. That's fine then.
Yeah.
I was just
Zarsig. So you blast into him, it hits the armor again, and he just is like reeling backwards from it. Zarsig stops attacking the illusionary one.
I'm going to tell Zarsig
Mhm.
to go and basically fly and give Harkins backup.
Now here's something I just thought of, and I think Zarsig is small enough that he could get through the gate, get through the grate, if he completely just bashed through it, rather than trying to stylistically carefully go through it. He's also super strong, right?
Wait, she can do that?
She's super strong, right? Yeah, I believe she has supernatural strength.
Yeah.
Oh, she does? She's like this big.
Well, her wings are big,
But she herself isn't big, yeah.
but she
Yeah,
herself.
but she knows how to. Her species is a swimmer, so they do know how to fold their wings. Because that's why she went to the pool,
Yeah.
because her species comes from a predominantly water planet where they swim more than they do fly.
Now, she can't do it without just like busting through this vent, because she's 2 to 3 feet wide at the shoulders,
Yeah.
which is not a lot. And the vent is your standard vent.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
this one's it's like a double vent. So absolutely, but we'll need to break through the vent, which
Okay.
won't be difficult.
I'll go tell her to do that.
All right.
Follow Iola.
My girl's coming.
All right. Zarsig, familiar with this maneuver,
Yes.
busts clear through the vent, smashes into the hallway, and I'm trying to think who's faster.
Iola's probably got a little ahead of her.
Gotcha.
'cause-
Yeah, I was a little further up the hallway, and there is a spectral form running further at the end of the hall.
And Zarsik knows what Iola smells like, so it doesn't matter. They've done this before, so it doesn't matter how big she is. She'll know.
And always follow the trail, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ruby, Ruby, hi, Iola.
How did she see me? I'm this big.
Sinks, well, it's just assuming that you're the dragon. Well, maybe she's assuming you're the dragon. And just sinks through the floor.
Oh, fuck, god damn it.
We're on a mesa. She could pop out wherever the fuck she wants. Because I was like, where's she going to go? The crust of the earth? But it makes sense. She could like...
It looks like an elevator going down. All right.
And she's just flipping you the double birds all the way
Jovra.
Okay, did Zarsik see Ruby go zoom zoom?
Yeah, he saw her phase through the floor.
Okay. She's like, really nobody on this fucking rock can do anything. So she's actually going to use distant voice.
Mm-hmm.
Is Silvio within range?
What is the range?
500 feet.
I'm going to say yes as the crow flies, but it's not a direct line because Silvio is currently, you wouldn't know that, but he's within 500 feet.
Okay, so basically it's a telepathic message. It's a two-way. Yeah, and I'm basically going to tell him about this Ruby individual who's phasing, where I'm at, what the fuck's going on. Are you telling me you can't do anything about this?
He's like, I am not going to abandon my post. I will send word. You hear everything in his mind sounds a little watery.
Okay.
As you get the impression that he's probably in the aquifer protecting the gem right now. He's like, but I will relay this message to Amadis, who may be able to lock her down.
Thank you.
All right. Up next is Jericho Jack.
Okay. All right. Well, this is, the only thing left to me is to keep shooting the shit out of him with my gun. And that's what I'd like to do.
Okay.
This time I would like to aim it at his like right knee, because he's just trying to find like where the fuck will the armor break? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna aim at a limb.
All right. Or take a normal shot because you're not going to get extra damage from or effect from a called shot. So just take a regular shot.
Okay. Yeah, I'm literally just like putting it on the parts of his body. It just kind of
can't really defend, so you're most likely going to hit. Unless you roll a 2.
Fucking really?
You blast clear into the floor as he stumbles back in from the shots that Harkins has put clear just straight into his chest.
I want to just keep moving, so I want to stay just like tight to him wherever he's going.
You're very close to him, yeah.
Yeah, just like driving in with the blade. Not that I'm counting that as an attack, but I'm just like assaulting him as much as I possibly can to get through there.
Yeah. Actually, roll damage on the blades. I'll give you a blade.
All right. Get him. Get him. 6.
Right, another 6. So the armor is still there.
I want you dead so bad.
Iola.
Okay, I have a couple questions. Number one, is there a downstairs to this building, and are we not on it?
You are on the second floor up. There is 2 floors. There is a ladder and an elevator built into this building.
Is there a window?
No. I'm trying to remember the architecture I saw. There is a hole in the ceiling, but not a window.
But there's another floor up above us, right?
We'll say that this part is not directly underneath that floor. It's like a little balcony area, and there's a hole and a ladder up to it.
Okay. How fast does Zarsig fly?
Let's see. Flying 32 miles per hour.
That's a lot.
So Iola's gonna climb on Zarsig's back because she's tiny and point at the hole and say, "Let's go out there and see if we can catch her out front."
Okay. You hit the button to select the mount, and your speed changes appropriately as your stats and video game powers shift. Good work. All right, but I do not control Zarsig, so I can't tell you what Zarsig will do. Probably what you asked, because you're friends.
Yep.
Let me look up something.
Oh, I also speak Dragonese, which I didn't realize, so I'd probably speak to her and tell her this in Dragonese.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to roll some numbers real quick. No, we'll just say it's a system. Let me figure out, where is that speed scale? Because now I have to figure out how fast she can move. Numbers are fun. There we go. Not 35 miles an hour. Is her speed 35 or is her speed 50? Or for Zarsig?
Well, on her stats, it says flying 32 miles per hour.
Okay. So yeah, like a basically flying of 50. All right. The Psycho's not nearly as fast. Does appear to be out of the building. Do we want to put Zarsig on Iola's turn going forward? Or,
Yes, because they've done this before.
Let's put Iola on Zarsig's turn.
Ooh, even better. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Howie has no actions. The Baroness
Poor guy.
recovers herself and is furious.
Ooh, well, I never. Well,
She knows that, but she's not gonna.
Oh no, doesn't Cagney work for her?
Cagney does, technically. Harkins?
I don't want to fight Cagney. It's precious.
I don't want to fight Cagney. I don't even want to fight her. I just don't want her telling us what to do in the middle of a thing.
Yeah, make her sit down again.
Okay, Harkins,
She's standing up and it's spooking me.
you need to save against a spell.
Okay.
She walks up to you
Not super good at that.
and puts her hand in your face and casts Domination.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit. She's not fucking around.
Do I have any bonus from my having freaked her out? Just out of curiosity.
No, but I will give you advantage on this roll for reasons.
Interesting. Okay. And this is just versus spells, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Her spell save is a 14. Your second save. You feel her presence overwhelm your mind as she says, "Grovel before me." And she's a good woman. She's real mad. And you feel your mind start to do it, and then part of you is like, "I grovel before no one." It's a voice, it's your voice. And it says, "I grovel before no one." And you don't.
I grovel before no one.
So lose an action. Just one.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, one of your 9.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't feel too bad
How
about
does
that.
she react to that when I my head goes down for a second if I'm about to grovel, and then I look up and go, I grovel before no one. And I really just like saying that, by the way. That's super fun.
She then turns away from you, her hair flipping basically in your face. She's so bad. Cagney.
Use your peaceful powers to help me murder this man.
You've seen this whole exchange, and you can tell that the guy has no defense. He's going to go down. It's just going to be a matter of time.
I'm going to get through there eventually. That Chewy center.
But the following people are in severe mental distress. Jericho Jack is in just a rage state. The Baroness is uncharacteristically angry and being just a little vengeful, which is weird for her.
Interesting.
Yeah. Drover's frustrated with the lack of security. Harkins is hard to get a read on. But yeah, so that's the emotional states of the people around the room. The scientist is still working with the cyborg to pull the bypass out of his circuitry. He has a droid restraining bolt.
There's nothing really I can do in combat for to help with the uncharacteristic.
Yeah, well, a lot of your powers are not combat based, but if you think one would be interesting, even though it might take a little time, let me know and we'll make it work very quickly because cool stuff is cool stuff.
Feel free to do whatever you want to me. If you want to make Jericho Jack chill out. You know what I mean? Or put him to sleep or something.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. Enough of that. That makes sense. I don't mind.
So,
all right, I'll cause confusion
on
Jericho.
Okay. Is that something he gets to save against?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
So save versus psychic powers?
The
That's exactly what I was.
psionics?
Yes.
Okay. I get no bonuses.
Okay.
8.
You had to roll a 15, so no. So what was it, confusion?
Yes.
So tell us what that does.
It disorients the person so badly he has no sense of direction, time, or what's going on. -3 to strike, parry, and dodge, and loses initiative in any combat.
Okay.
Yikes. Holy shit, that's a really good move.
Yeah. All right, so that will affect, let's see, you're now lost initiative, so we'll put you at 0.1.
Okay.
Okay. Descending. All right, Harkins.
Yeah.
You see the dog boy do something to Jericho, and Jericho looks to baffled.
But he's not evil, though. You know he's not.
I know, factually, he's not evil. He was, in fact, incredibly nice to me earlier.
Yeah,
I think
the fact that the Wild Bill really digs him.
Yeah, so I feel like I should trust him. And, am I able to tackle and pin Howie?
Okay, I will give you, body block tackle. So part of this system is an incredibly complicated series of martial arts moves.
Indeed.
Which somewhat infects the rest of the game.
Indeed.
And it's cool if you're playing ninjas and super spies.
Indeed.
And it's interesting how body block tackle works.
Does his magical wizard armor block that? Because he's just going to manipulate his limbs and his body weight, right?
Yeah, I just want to wrap him up and...
Yeah.
Cool. Let me look at the combat descriptions. Where were
He's just wearing a big spacesuit on the outside, but you're still going to be able to move him around. I like that.
Oh, I think it's after. Is it after? Oh boy. Scrolling through a book is exciting for our viewers.
Yes. Welcome to Book Scrolling 101, where we bring you amazing book scrolling.
Well, welcome to Rifts, where it has literally 6 billion things that you need to read.
Okay. Which I just found. A judo-style throw to leverage them off their feet. Body flip counts as 1 attack. A victim of a throw can try to roll with impact fall to minimize the damage. You can't pin him with this action. Do you have wrestling?
Hang on. I actually think I do.
Because wrestling might give you the ability to pin him on a 19 or 20 if you try.
Oh, no, I have boxing.
Yeah, so pinning him is going to be difficult, but if you roll a natural 20 on this, I will allow you to Nelson him.
I have wrestling.
Well, you're not. You're a little confused about this.
I know.
I didn't roll a natural 20, but I did roll a 22.
You need a natural 20 on the die to get the effect here. But 22, you take him. You basically lift the armor of one of his legs while pushing down on his face, and cause him to just clatter to the floor, where he lays prone for the moment.
I'm not going to kill you, but I'm not letting you get out of here either. And then I look back at Cagney. And then
All right, Zarsig and Iola.
Sorry, my cat decided to run into my mic. Okay, so
The tail. The tail.
I'm surprised I haven't heard.
I know it comes up. Do I see her?
You can see she is on the first floor of the building, running down the street. She appears to be somewhat solid at this point, and she is within 60 feet of you.
Okay, so I want to move Zarsig closer. How close can we get?
Right up next to her with your speed of 35 miles an hour.
And I'm going to pull out my daggers.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, remember these? I would stop if I were you.
All right, you brandish them at her, but you don't take a swing, right?
Not yet.
Okay. It is, in fact, her turn next. Let me see what she can do to you.
The jig is up. Oh, I guess the jig's not up.
Jig is not. It's not over.
the jig is still being danced.
The jig, unfortunately for law enforcement, he showed them the jig was still down. I had to just let him go. Ah, damn.
Let me read some psychic powers real quick.
Don't forget to check out our Patreon and our merch.
Welcome to Sean Reed's Random Tweets from the Internet. Brought to you by Welcome to the Party. We're live on twitch.tv/Dice Priori from Four Flumps in a Trench Coat.
Four Flumps in a Trench Coat is the name of all my bands.
You know what? That's actually every time in it, you know, when we're doing the D&D stuff, role play stuff, whenever we have to look up a rule or something, someone should have a dad joke ready. Like just like a handful of dad jokes. I think that would be
That'll
great.
do. Yeah, I think that'll do for her first one.
Does
Okay.
it cost her an action to phase? Because that's really shitty if it doesn't.
However,
Oh, Zygos.
she can do it up to 4 times a round.
God.
All right.
Holy shit.
So first, give me a save versus psionic biomanipulation.
Biomanipulation?
So it's just a straight up save versus psionics. It's basically she gives you the evil eye. And then I'll tell you what happens.
I cannot roll tonight. It's a 9.
I want
It's
to
a
give you a
9.
big
That
hug,
is
Kate.
not enough.
Oh.
I just want to give you a big hug.
You go blind.
Oh.
Like someone's Arsig's back.
You're still on Zarsik's back and still holding your knives, but you just like, your eyes just cloud over and you just cannot see at all.
I'm going to tell Zarsig, take her out in Dragonese.
Okay. Does she
Do you
speak
speak
Dragonese?
dragon?
Does not speak Dragonese.
I thought she did.
No, you do. Zarsig does. Ruby does not.
Oh, okay.
What was Ruby's real name again? Shit.
Irene
Savage.
Savage.
There it is. That's what I wrote. This is not a thing Irene used to be able to do, but has grown. All right, Jovra.
Does Zarsig get an action or?
Oh, yes, Zarsig gets an action. I'm sorry. So what does Zarsig do?
Yeah, Michelle, what does Zarsig do?
She knows her friend.
Yeah, and Zarsig is not blinded and was told to get her. Okay. What is Zarsig doing? specifically?
Right down, right in their face with the breath.
The dragon breath. All right, roll the damage. It will do full effect this time. Okay, 13 damage on her.
Ooh.
Her armor looks very bad and cracked. It does not look like it could take another shot like that. All right. The technical clarity went. Back to Jericho Jack. You are confuzzled. Oh, wait. No, sorry. Jovra. My bad.
Okay, so one of the nice things about the machete is that it can do an ice dagger. Not really a good fan of the woman who just tried to make my friend grovel.
Mm-hmm.
So she just wants to do a nice little ice blast at her.
Oh, what? You're gonna go hostile on her?
Oh,
my
no.
God! That is not.
Jover's different than you, man. She's like, oh, enemy. Wow. She is her father's daughter. Bad man.
So I just rolled a strike then.
Okay.
Oh no, this is getting out of hand.
What? No!
All right, so
Oh,
that's a
shit.
7, which is a natural 5, which actually misses.
But I hope it's enough to where she knows where it comes from and just drove her. It's just like, stop.
Jovra, she looks at you and says, if you do that again, we will have words.
That is my word.
My
The word is dumb.
Word. No.
It's
Oh.
dumb.
Your word is stupid.
Okay. Jover's going to bring out the big shit then.
All right.
She called me.
It's like
dumb.
Avengers versus X-Men now. She's probably not
Really?
bad, but we're all in a situation where we don't really understand what's happening. And so now we're just all starting to kick each other's asses because we don't understand what's happening.
Howie has nothing.
Is it my turn?
No. Oh, you are absolutely last, aren't you now?
Yes,
Because of the confuzzled.
I'm very last.
All right. Let's see. The Baroness casts a spell and then steps into a dimensional pocket with the other mystic.
That's
See
good.
it.
Yeah. Good.
Now you know that she cannot move where that dimensional pocket was created. This is a thing that let's say this is a spell you have seen cast before, and it will just basically steps her out of whatever's happening here.
Yeah,
It's a smart
good.
So we can put bear traps there. So when she comes back,
move.
You could do that, but I would not recommend it.
She essentially squirted the astral musk of fear and went, nope!
yes, yeah.
Astral musk of fear.
Mm.
It's a
I'm gonna
Warhammer
bottle that.
fantasy reference.
Is it really? Oh.
Yeah. For Skaven. When Skaven get afraid, they squirt the musk of fear.
Oh, the astral. Okay. I was worried that astral musk of fear was a.
No.
Well,
That is not a thing. Although I guess Nurgle probably has an astral musk of fear.
Gross. All right. Jericho, do you still have actions?
So I can't tell where he is, what the fuck's going on, right? Kind of like I kind of am very, very confused. So
You can play it like that, yeah. Mostly it's mechanically you have some penalties.
Well, what I'm imagining is he has gone out of my sight now because he's been taken down by Harkins. So I think I will kind of like keep swinging forward and just gash at the wall, and just like at this point, Jericho is just screaming and just attacking things that are just near him with the claws and the fist, and just
Gotcha.
saying he needs to die. He needs to die, and he's just like like smashing things until somebody like sleep darts him or something.
All right.
Like he's just fucking freaking out.
Cagney, do you have any actions left?
I do not.
Okay. Harkins, do you have any actions left?
Yeah, I have two.
I'll let you use both actions to fully pin this guy's arms behind his back or break his armor, your call.
I want to fully pin his arms behind his back. I don't want to continue hurting him or threatening to hurt him by doing damage. I just want him subdued.
Do you have rope use?
No,
You're a cowboy,
I do not.
but you don't have ropies. Okay, so you can't hog tie him. I'm sorry.
So I can't tie knots.
No, you can tie knots, but you can't do a full-on hog tie.
That's fine. I just
What
want
about
to.
your
Been the
jacket?
best.
What about your jacket?
What about my jacket?
His jacket can't hog tie either.
No, it doesn't have that skill. I have a full skill array
But-
for my jacket because riffs, but
Yeah.
But you can tie your jacket around his hands.
I have rope. I
Yeah,
just
you
can't
got him.
yeah.
Oh.
You don't officially hog tie him.
But I do.
Oh,
So
but you
here's the
can still
thing:
tie his hands.
I have horsemanship cowboy. Can I lasso him?
Yes.
There
Hey.
we go.
All right,
But it
so you've got the rope around his legs, but it's not gonna, and like you can bind his arms as well.
Yes.
So, but he's not trussed up like a Christmas ham.
No, I will not trust
But
him.
it's still great. You've
yeah.
got him down
Yeah.
on the ground, and I think we're gonna call all the actions in that room.
Cool. Yep.
Now, here's the thing: does Zarsig still have actions?
One more.
Does
And
Iola
Iola
still have
hasn't
actions?
used her actions because I don't. Has she used her actions? Because she should have 2 left if she hasn't used
You-
them.
You're
Also,
ready
she has
to
one
run.
left.
Okay, that's fine.
She had to mount the.
Okay, I'll count that as an action. That's fine.
Mount him.
Okay, so she has 1 left.
All right, you are still blinded, but who wants to go first?
What can I do about the blindness? Can I do anything?
It is a psychic effect that lasts. Let's see how long.
Pluck those eyes out. Get new ones.
8 minutes.
Shit. If I cast See the Invisible, that's my action though, right? It's not gonna do me any good.
It
Can I
doesn't
just-
affect through the blind.
Oh, that sucks.
You know,
I'm gonna-
Zarsik is right there, so you know, like where to aim if you wanted to aim anything.
You will have a -10 to attack, but you can try to attack.
Why not? I'm
She
gonna-
is going to attempt to parry.
Get it,
gonna
girl.
try to
get it,
firebolt
get it, girl.
her.
Get it, girl.
Can I do
Get
that?
it, get it, girl.
Firebolt's a spell, right?
Yeah.
All right, attempt to firebolt her.
Oh,
Minus
true.
10?
-10.
I don't think that's gonna. Well, that's a 10.
All right, that goes clear through her.
Does it hit some guy's cabbage cart? And he's like, my cabbages!
Thought she was not.
She
You are
wasn't, but
very
then she was.
frustrating.
Yes, psychos, man. All right,
Zarsig, take her down.
what does Zarsig do?
Follows orders.
Okay.
Lightning it is.
The lightning once again will hit, but with reduced effect. So go ahead and roll that damage. Oh, now I need that bar.
Oof.
That was a good roll.
16, buddy.
Armor was bad, so let's hope it works.
The armor cracks, and she looks extremely vulnerable, and there's a look of panic on her face. That's not the book it's in. Do I have the book it's in right here? Yeah, no, that's not the book I'm in. All right. So, as this ends, as that fight will end when, oh my God, where's my list of NPC names? There they are. When Amadis steps into the pathway and casts a spell. It is a temporal magic spell that causes her to be stuck entirely in place.
Good. Fun.
Nice.
What is it? Space deprivation. She casts space deprivation on the Psy Ghost. And the Psy Ghost gets a save, I think. Hold on, it's opening. Opening?
Hold on, you're opening. A lone dwarven ship made of brass is found abandoned at the sea, and our heroes are tasked with investigating and acquiring the craft. What
All
could
right,
go
so
wrong?
she gets a save and actually fails it by 2. It is a 16, but still not enough for this master paradox shaman. As Ruby is stuck firmly in place, looks confused, phases in and out, but does not move.
Ha ha. Got him.
All right. And so with everybody all right, I'm gonna move things forward a little. So
I will get off of Zarsig before I turn big again, because that would be unpleasant. for
gotcha.
both of us.
You fill Amadis in what was going on. Amadis touches the phased form, pulls out a second one of those things from Ruby and says, I'm not going to be able to hold her forever.
Well, can I see yet, or am I still blind?
Yeah, she also clears your vision because she's
Okay.
powerful enough to do that.
What would you like me to do?
I don't believe in killing for no reason, but she's not going to be able to be held. But we can make sure she has no prize and has not succeeded.
Fair.
Okay.
Can I check her pockets?
Yeah, you basically you find.
I mean, she can't move, so.
Yeah.
You said it so like. I mean, can I check her pockets now?
So basically, you take 600 credits of different cred chips off of her. 2 vibro knives, a holdout laser pistol, a Wilkes L20 laser pistol, and climbing gear and rappelling gear. It looked like she might try to jump off the mesa. But with her powers, you're not sure if that would still work or not. Eventually, the spell does break, and she just hauls ass for the edge, throws herself off the mesa, and disappears into a cloud that's kind of like on the edge of the mesa, and you don't see her anymore. Back in the room, you all have what's-his-face tied up and unable to cast spells because let's say that the mystics return and lock him down magically. That's not how locking someone down magically works. He's befuddled enough that he doesn't seem to be able to do too much. Jack, roll intelligence.
Okay. It's really high.
It's a skill, so who knows?
0 success.
0 successes. All right, so you don't have the foresight to stop him as he gets his tongue into one of his teeth. And starts foaming at the mouth.
Oh, God.
Which is where we'll end it for today. All right.
You son of a bitch!
I hate him even more. What a total douche.
He died.
Did he? He's dying. There's a difference.
I'll be able to get one answer out of him if I just start prying his arms off of his body.
We'll see.
I don't know if Cagney will appreciate that. Cagney has to turn the other way while
we'll see what happens
real quick.
All right, but here's the good thing, Cagney. I think Maxine's not going to be able to make it next week, so would you be able to make it next week as well? I mean, if you have to figure out if you can or not, you don't have to answer on stream. I'm not trying to pressure you.
All
But
right.
you're more than welcome to
We
join
want
us
you
next
back.
week if you can.
I think I can make it.
All right, awesome.
Yay.
Be happy to have you. So we're going to go around, say something you thought was awesome, and then tell us where we can find you on the internet. We're going to start with Jovra.
Oh, hi, I'm
Or is
Michelle.
it, sorry, yeah, Jovra.
Hi, I'm Michelle Ely. You can find me on Twitter at Michelle Ely. You can find me here on Tuesdays. I'm part of 2 podcasts on the geek.com network, Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Star Age Tribune. And something I thought was cool. I love that Cagney was this Zen master dog boy, because in one of our earliest encounters, we had to fight and we just saw like this aggressive side. So I really loved how we have this like whole 180 character come along and just bash in all those like misconceptions and stereotypes and everything. So I love Cagney.
All right, thank you. All right, Iola.
Hi, I'm Kate. I go my Me in Midair on the Twitters, and you can find me here Tuesday nights with these great people, Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Did I get it right finally?
Yes.
And Sunday nights at midnight Eastern Time. Dragon Dark Days is on Fridays, and Emissaries of Vithna, the game I DM, our Fem and NB game, is on Sundays. And I especially loved the horror off. Pretty great. That was fun.
Yeah, she's unhappy and will be unhelpful to you in the future. That'll have some consequences. Makes me happy.
I didn't start this.
I know. All right.
It was
Next
always burning.
What was that?
It was always burning
That's
since the world's
literally
been turning.
what popped into my head exactly when Rock said that.
Now shit.
It's catchy.
No, it isn't. I'm gonna. Cagney,
Shut up.
go ahead. Tell us who you are and if you have any other things you want to plug.
Hi, I'm Ting. You can find me in the Discord. Come join the Discord. It's a great place, full of awesome people.
It's true.
Nice.
And I like the mounting tension in the room. I was just building and building and building. Just everyone's suspicious of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Thanks. That was fun. Okay, Harkins.
Hi, I'm Throck. So Cagney, I really like your character. It's cool to see how a pacifist interacts with a bunch of like cold-blooded, I'm just gonna murder stuff all the time people. And what's weird is Harkins, who's the gunfighter, feels like the least likely to be like, I'm just gonna murder stuff all the time. And so I think my two favorite things, beyond interacting with a pacifist, which I thought was super cool, are probably Iola going tiny and trying to chase after was Rosa?
Ruby, Irene.
Ruby. Yeah, Ruby. After Ruby. And I never call out something I think that's cool, but I also thought the horror factor stare off was it was kind of a seminal moment for Harkins, where it's like, I will not be controlled. I loved it. Yeah. It was very like a perfect character moment for Harkins, and so I was very happy that it happened the way it did.
Nice. All right. And finally, Jack. Well, I'm next, but yeah, Jack.
Hello, everybody. I'm Evan Jennings. I'm Evan Jennings 64 on the Twitter. You can find me here Tuesdays playing Riffs, and Wednesdays I'm running a Blades game, Blades in the Dark, with Throck and Kevin. And I run a game at my house on my YouTube called Beyond EMH on YouTube, where I run an evil campaign. And yeah, I like this. This was a cool session. I like that it started with basically the way Ting said it. It was just a mounting, sort of pressure in the room. You know what I mean? Until like it, that was pretty cool. And I think I knew she was a bad guy, and fuck her and stuff for trying to frame us. But I kind of liked Ruby and her abilities. What is that, a Psyghost?
Psyghost. It's one of my favorite classes in the whole game, and I've wanted to play one for so long.
She just keeps going ghost all the time, which was pretty gnarly, and she can make people blind. I also loved, first of all, the pacifist dog boy. That's fantastic. That was fucking an awesome character. And I loved Jover with the ice machete, just keeping it in there. Like, I'll just wait. Just do it. Come on over here, and you're fucked. And because more, I just like to imagine him trying to jump to that body and being like, fuck, mother of God. but yeah. So those what I like.
All right. I think you all did an amazing job. It's weird trying to build tension, and there was no chance for a locked room mystery here because everyone knew who the bad guy was. But how long could he hold you off?
Yeah.
Is really his goal. And it wasn't long enough.
Nope.
Oh, man. Great job, everybody. So I just want to say thanks again, Ting, for joining us. I love having you here. It's fun.
Thank you.
And yeah, so join us on the Discord. Don't forget our wonderful sponsors, DevonRueInc.com, TabletopLoot.com, and SoNerdware.com. And we also have VOD on Twitch and YouTube. So if you miss a show or you want to watch one of the other shows that we mentioned but don't have the time for a game that starts at roughly midnight Eastern on Sundays, like me, you can catch them on YouTube on our Welcome Party. Was Welcome Party RPG there as well?
Yeah,
or?
it's youtube.com/welcomepartyrpg.
Yeah, it's a great place to find a lot of good content, and a lot of our back catalog is quality as well.
Yeah, and now we have a full-time YouTube team, so everything gets up within 24 hours.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so come join us on the Discord, come chat with us, and thank you everybody for joining us. Be great to each other, and we'll see you soon. We're going to raid Dump Stack Charisma, and have a good night.
Everybody yell Smurf when you go raid.
Yeah,
Dump Stack
everybody
Charisma.
yell Smurf real loud. I love
Smurf,
that.
really loud.
Smurf!
So
All
the
right,
microphone
everyone.
won't be on.
Bye!
Goodbye.
I gotta hit the raid button. I forgot to do it. Okay,
Yeah.
everyone.